Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you another episode, Coffee with Coach. Hope you're all doing well. Got the money in the right place. If not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So before I head up to the academy, get some teaching in and training in, wanted to share with you guys something that I heard that really hit home, resonated with me, which is would benefit everyone whenever they catch this. Is adversity introduces a man, woman to their true self, right? So adversity introduces you to your true self. And I'm reading this book and I'm listening to the things that I'm listening to, and it's the same thing. It's the same message. Like hard things, doing hard things, going through hard things, going through problems, going through situations, whether that life brought your way or maybe you brought on yourself, or maybe someone else just kind of, just did you wrong, or whatever the situation may be. Someone passed away, pet passed away, whatever the situation is, adversity always introduces you to your true self. And it's a big eye opener, and like it makes you more self-conscious and aware, like, hey, how do I act when things don't go my way? How do I act when things just out of the blue just mess things up? How do I act when I worked really hard at something, sacrificed and put in work, gave it everything I had, and it didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go? How do I act? Like, how do I respond to that? And that helped me out a lot, because it's like, instead of getting angry, upset, throwing something, like just, acting like a child in many ways when they don't get their way. You got a kid walking through the grocery store and they want something and their parents tell them they can't have it. They throw a temper tantrum. That's not the way you want to be as an adult when things don't go your way. And I know a lot of individuals that do that. It's just the way they haven't programmed their mind yet, or they haven't been self-aware. Like, hey, I should probably check myself right here. Like, this sucks, but how am I going to respond to this situation? And that's what I love so much about jiu-jitsu, is that on a daily basis, I'm always dealing with adversity, a bad situation, some type of, whether I made a mistake or my opponent just did a really good move or sweep or pass or whatever. How am I going to react to that? Or if I lose a match in class, how am I going to come back and deal with that? And I get to see this on a daily basis as a coach. Like, I watch people, like I watch people, like when they lose or they get tapped, like what's their first jerk reaction to that, to when they lose. I've seen so many grown men over the time just act foolish, childish over jiu-jitsu, like losing in a round or getting tapped, throwing their mouthpiece, throwing their belt. I had one guy one time, like, I don't even know if I tapped him. I think I just passed his guard. But, I guess he just, really thought really highly of his guard, and I passed it or whatever. And didn't even want to like shake my hand afterwards, like sat there like on the mat, like even after class ended, was still in the same place with his head down in between his legs, like contemplating on like what the hell happened. And I'm like cleaning up, spraying the mats, like, and I'm just looking at this guy like, what the heck is he still doing, sitting in that same spot? Like, all because he lost that round. Like, the look on his face and the body language and the whole, like, whatever, I had someone else tell me before, like, this is a true story. Like, I tapped them, passed their guard, whatever. They went in the car, okay? They went inside their car, and they rolled the windows up, and they turned the car on and turned the radio on, and they just went in there and just held on to the steering wheel and screamed. This is a person in their 30s, I think, at the time or whatever. And it just blew me away. It blew me away. I'm like, bro, this is like jiu-jitsu, man. Like, it's not that serious. Like, it's serious. Like, I take jiu-jitsu very serious, but like, it ain't that serious. Like, I'm not gonna go in my car and turn up the radio, turn up the windows, roll up the windows and scream my head off, and bang on the dashboard because I lost the round today. And so I'll be here all day if I give you all kind of examples like that, but I've seen a lot of stuff like that. I've just seen grown men quit in the middle of a round and just scoot up and sit against the wall and just be like, I'm done. I quit. Like, I'm done. Like, multiple individuals do that. And the first thing in my head is like, man, like, if you're struggling with that, well, how do you handle when life really gives you like a real problem? Because that's not like a real problem. Like, it's a problem. Like, you need to fix your jujitsu, but you need to like take it easy, man. Like, like that's not that serious. And so you have to make sure like you check yourself, man. Like, one of my rules in my academy is like, as soon as the bell rings after the round is over, bell rings, boom, fix your gis, tie your belt. If it's no gi day, like whatever, get a drink of water and like poker face, game face. Like, if you just got smashed, you just play it off. Like, you don't show emotions. You don't show weakness. You don't show the person that just tapped you or beat you that they just, not only did they tap you and they beat you on points or they smashed you, but now they got in your head and they just like, now there's like a cherry on top and they just gave you the complete business. So, it's going to be, it's something that I think most people need to be just more self-conscious of like, hey, I need to make sure like when things go bad, like I need to pay attention to how I react to that. And then how am I showing other people how I react to that? Like what am I showing my wife, my husband, like whatever the case may be, like man, woman, like your kids, like people around you, like when you lose or things don't go right, like how are you responding to that situation? Are you like positive attitude, like it's gonna be okay, I'll figure it out, I'll work through it, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it kind of person? Or like, I don't know, this sucks, why me, life's out to get me, life isn't fair, whatever people like that say. I don't say stuff like that, I don't, because I read what I read and I listen to what I listen to, and so I'm more self-aware of what I do. Like, I won't allow anyone around me to say or hear me say stuff like that. Like, I might say that inside my head for a split second, like, damn, that sucks, But then the next thing is like, I'll figure it out. I've had so many things happen to me. I'm 48 years old. There's so many things that have happened in my life, like that have just been crappy. And it's just been like lately, the last, I don't know how many years, like listening, reading all the things I'm listening to, is like, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Like, I'll give you an example, like something I don't really talk about too often, but I don't know, 3-4 years ago, middle of the night, it's February, it's cold, very cold. Someone just breaks in my academy door, the window, the front door. It's all glass. Takes a hammer, I have the video of it still. Knocks out the window, lights up a Molotov cocktail, throws it in. Wall goes on fire, school's on fire, this, that, whatever. Police come out, there's like 4 fire trucks, get a phone call in the middle of the night, wakes me up. I go there, I see glass everywhere, smoke and everything. And it's like, man, somebody really wants me to shut down, man. Somebody really wants me out of business. Someone really wants me to close. Someone really, really hates me. And that was, so obviously we couldn't have 6 a.m. class because the police were there, they got investigation and they got, whatever, detective asking me all kind of questions. And it was like almost 6 o'clock before they freaking left. But there was a 10:30 class. So put the video out to my team and I'm like, we're having class. And I was gonna go live and I posted pictures and I had class that night, I had kids class. Like, I wasn't gonna allow whoever that was to shut me down and show them like, oh man, Alvarez is closed down now. Like, he's gonna take a couple days off to clean the mess up. There's glass everywhere. Like, we did what we could to clean it up. It smelled like smoke. Had fans going to kind of circulate things. And I wasn't gonna let them beat me. I wasn't gonna let them win. I wasn't gonna let them shut me down like that. We still had class, still ran it like normal. Stuff still in the back of my head, of course, but I'm like, we're training and we're gonna get after it. Like, it doesn't matter. And then of course I had to fix the wall and replace all kind of things and fix the door, do all this stuff. But I'm just giving you an example of just one of many things that I've like, over the time of, being on this earth, that I had to deal with like some things that suck, to where it's like, all right, I'll figure it out. I'll figure out what the next step is. I'll figure out how I'm gonna, get through this adversity, whatever it is that I'm going through, versus like the opposite. All right. So adversity introduces a man, woman to their true self. All right. So how do you react when things don't go your way, whether it's in life or on the mat? And again, you gotta be careful because people are watching. Everyone's watching, especially on my mat. Like, that's just not cool, man. Like, you need to like control your temper, control your anger. That's what martial arts is all about. It's supposed to help you control those emotions, And again, we get tested on a daily basis. Everyone that trains at my school is getting tested on a daily basis. This is not a soft place to train. It's not a place where you're gonna come in and just hang out and just wear a jiu-jitsu shirt and not really do jiu-jitsu, train jiu-jitsu and not really lose weight, train jiu-jitsu and not really like get better. Like a lot of other places, like you're actually gonna have to put in work and go through some things. And that's what it's meant to do. We're gonna put the kids through some things, some teens through some things, because that's what it's there to do. I had a kid the other day, he was crying. And I walk in, I don't teach kids class, I got other black belts that teach kids class. And the kid's crying in the corner. So I asked one of the coaches, hey, what's going on over there? And they're like, he's just having a rough day. He's crying a lot and whatever else. So I go over there, kind of just say, hey, what's going on? And he's just like, just having he's crying. He's, I don't know, maybe 7, 8, I don't know. And he's like, hey, I'm just having a rough day. And then he says, if I have this correctly, my mom's aunt passed away. I'm pretty sure it was the aunt. It could have been the sister. But anyways, so this kid is watching his parents or his mom, like talk about death. He doesn't really know too much about that. I mean, I know he knows what it is, but like he's carrying the emotions from his parents. And I think that's really what the main thing was like he just probably just was dealing with his parents' emotions and he's carrying the emotions. And then, he didn't have a good day on the mat on top of that. And he's just all full of tears. And I had to put my arm around him, drop down to his level. And I was just, hey, it's going to be okay. Like, that's just part of life. Like, that's not something that you really want to hear or really have to go through, especially at a young age. I said, but you're going to go through it and you're going to be okay. You just got to keep getting up every day and keep doing what you're supposed to do and keep your head up and work your way through it. And I was like, you're going to be okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to be okay. But before that, he was not okay, But we need to have these conversations like, hey, bad things are going to happen, even with little kids. And you need to know that you're going to be okay. You have to work your way through it. Like things are going to happen. And actually, I was just trying to tell him, like it's not the same, okay? A human and an animal aren't the same, but at the same time, animals depend on you. Like my dog, I got one left. Like she depends on me to let her out, go bathroom, feed her, everything, okay? Humans don't need you for that, okay? Kids can feed themselves, go to the bathroom, eventually going to leave the house and leave you and go do their own thing anyways. And I was like, I just had my dog just passed away and I had to cremate her, do all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm not, like I'm hurting inside too. Like I'm dealing with some things too, but I'm here and we're here and we need to just do what we're supposed to do. So anyways, got to run, got to head up to the academy, but adversity introduces you to your true self. Who are you when things go bad? Are you the crying, whining, crybaby person? You're an adult, like by age, like I've had people tell me, oh, I'm a grown man. You're a man, like you're an adult by age because you turned 18 or you're 30 something, whatever, or 20 something. Doesn't make you a man. A man makes you you're responsible and you act like a man when you're supposed to act like a man, period, or a woman. And that's it. Like you don't like when things go bad, now you're 8 years old again. Okay, like think about that. Like think about the reactions that you have and the temper tantrums that you have and the things that you show people. I've had some of the most smartest people that make a lot of money that just gone off and done like some great things, but then and in their own space, very powerful. But in our space, when you do jiu-jitsu, you're just a regular person. You're just a person, okay? Your degrees or your job status or whatever accolades you've had like in other fields or whatever absolutely mean nothing, because you're just a regular person on the mat. And I've seen individuals with these high statuses just break and just have these temper tantrums, like just blow me away. Like, wow, I thought you were like better than that. I thought you were tougher inside than that. I mean, you at least talk like it and act like it, you know, whatever. And then, man, ooh, wow. I mean, I'll be here all day. I'll be here all day. I just thought of another person that was, he's a law enforcement person, and man, he talks so much stuff, man. And then when he came and joined our academy, man, he just would just say these things and talk this way. And then as soon as he got, and then he would get tapped, and then he would just quit and break and set against the wall. And he left and came back, and then one time I asked him, like, are you sure? Like, you want to train here? Like, you've left and came and gone a couple of times, and now you're back again. Like, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm ready this time, Left again. All right, I'll leave it there. All right, guys, have a great day. We'll see you.